Hello there, and welcome to episode 10 of Between the Sheets with Pamela. So this week I dragged the long-suffering husband along to the Jersey Film Festival Awards Bash, which was a lot of fun. The first person I bumped into was Nsizwe Cynthia Jele, one of my absolute favorites. If you haven't read her book Happiness is a Four-Letter Word or watched the movie, you really should, because both of them are stunning. It was such a great evening. What I didn't realize was that all the organizers of the film festival are actually volunteers, which is pretty damn impressive. Congratulations to all the winners, and thanks for inviting us. We had a blast.
Thank you very much to the Jersey Film Festival. We asked people to vote for Wonder Boy at election time, and you voted for us here tonight. So
Now, next up, the Random Penguins asked me to take part in a campaign spearheaded by Archbishop Desmond Tutu and His Holiness the Dalai Lama. They are basically trying to spread a bit of joy in the world, and they have put together the Book of Joy. So I was asked to make a little video about what brings me joy in my life. Hi everybody. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to the Random Penguins for asking me to take part in this. It's a real honor to be involved in anything that Archbishop Tutu and the Dalai Lama do. So thanks for that. What brings me lasting joy? Books, of course. Books, and more books, particularly South African and African books. Stories are my escape and my refuge. Always have been since I was a kid, and I think they are for a lot of children and adults. Coffee, chocolate, a good bottle of red wine, South African wine naturally, and my family and friends. I don't just use you to steal dialogue. I really do love you guys. You make my life worth living. Above all, if you want to find joy, be fully present, which does mean that we have to get off Twitter occasionally. Tragic but true. Then I did a talk on misconception to some moms at the new Kids Emporium in Parkhurst. It's really one of my favorite things about being a writer, that I get to meet lots of new people and chat to them, and this was no exception. Thank you so much to Laura for inviting me, and I will be giving another talk there this Thursday night. This weekend, I also had to tackle the final changes on my manuscript, Things Unseen. Thank you to all my beta readers for your notes. Margot, Mrs. Brink, Dr. Jess. The urge to rewrite the manuscript was strong. I mean, as soon as anybody makes a suggestion, I want to start rewriting the whole thing from the top. My publisher said, there is no time, stop now. So I am actually trying to restrain myself. I got some very good input from Dr. Jess on the smell of dead bodies, fascinating stuff. Anyway, so yes, thanks to Ro for videoing us. Okay, I have got Dr. Jess between my sheets, actually between Ro's sheets, and yeah, we're just talking about the research she helped me with for Things Unseen. Jessica?
Yes.
Talk to me about eye sockets and why eyes can't be hanging on a thread.
Okay, so generally what we tend to see is that in the instance when, for example, there would be enucleation of the eye globe, and it would essentially
What does that mean?
So the entire globe of the eye, the ball of the eye, was essentially removed from the socket.
Yeah.
It only ever happened when you were in situations where there was high impact and the body was under significant force, for example in high velocity motor vehicle accidents. So not something that we generally see in a situation such as described in the book, although there are other injuries that can occur around the eye that essentially could damage the globe.
Okay, so what were you saying, like about it, like deflating or whatever?
So essentially what would happen is if you had high blunt force injury to the orbit and to the bony surrounds of the orbit, essentially you could pierce the globe, and essentially you just have complete deflation, because the eye is just basically made up of kind of a gelatinous material, which obviously would just, if allowed, if punctured, essentially the globe would simply just deflate and flatten.
I hope you weren't eating as you listened to that. Thank you. Cut. I also want to chat about a book I read last week, The Loving Husband by Christabel Kent, a Brit psychological thriller. I keep on stressing about the raunchy sex scenes in Things Unseen, and this one made me feel a lot better about that. I also really couldn't put it down. It was deliciously creepy, and the twist at the end, I really did not see that coming. This is what I love though about beta readers reading the manuscript. They see things that you never actually planned. Things unseen. See what I did there. I also want to mention a book I read a while ago, another psychological thriller, Wasted by Mark Winkler. Excellent book. Great suspense, also quite creepy. Mark himself is hilarious with an amazing dry sense of humor. He has a new book out currently called The Safest Place You Know, and I can't wait to read it. And I think actually Mrs. Brink will be interviewing him about that in Cape Town soon. Now, in other book news, I did see on Twitter that Joanne McGregor's new YA book, Rebel, or is that Rebel? Joanne, you know, I never know these things. It's the last one in her dystopian trilogy, and I think that is set for release soon, which is just as well because the daughter has been complaining that she doesn't have anything to read. So, yeah, that'll be out soon. So, that's it for this week. We went to the Combined Schools Marimba Festival at St. Stithians. So, in honour of Heritage Day, I think we'll